All right. What is going on, everybody on YouTube? Griffin here, coming back with another hopefully informative video, obviously in live stream format, because I tried shooting this as a video, and apparently when I messed with my streaming software, apparently I messed with it from a file standpoint, so my files are corrupt every time I record, so I'm going to have to play with that now as well with the streaming software. Continuously learning as always, but I just wanted to bring this quick video. It's just going to be a quick one for you guys, so while you all start to join, obviously you all know I was in HMNY, and what did I say I was going to do before I fell asleep? Because those of you that know, I work an overnight job, and I try to be out of the stock market usually around like lunch hour or a little bit after lunch hour on my trades, so I can get a quick nap in. And I mentioned I was going to set a stop loss, and I totally forgot. And of course, the worst of worst happened, and I figured, well, at least I can. This made me think of a good, just quick video idea for those of you, especially the newer people that are looking at maybe trading highly volatile like penny stocks. Never, ever, ever, under any circumstance, really ever hold a penny stock overnight. Obviously, you guys know I held HMNY previously last night, which by all means did not go too bad, obviously, but it did pull back, of course. But why do you never want to hold a penny stock overnight? Because they're already highly volatile to begin with. You never know, especially if you don't have access to like after-hours trading, pre-market trading, any of that stuff. I mean, you're pretty much just throwing a dart in the dark almost. You're almost just hoping for the best, because like me, I don't have access to after-hours trading, and obviously we've seen like right as the market closed, about 10 minutes after the market closed, boom, you saw it went from around $3.90, a little bit under $4, and I was asleep during this time anyways. If I had set my stop loss around $4, I would have been, obviously I would have still been in the loss by a decent margin, but it would have been a lot better than it is now. And another reason, like, I mean, it's just the risk versus reward at the end of the day. It's like, do you really want to just, again, throw a dart in the dark and not know essentially what's going to happen? Again, when I was looking at this, I mentioned whenever I got in, I said this has a lot of room to potentially gap down or have a huge sell-off. The good news is that it looks like it's at least bouncing off of that 20-day SMA. We're down obviously under $3. It was at like $2.97. We're already back up to $3.20. However, we got a lot of room to make up. Looking at that the one-day SMA fell really quickly. Just again, I mean, it's not looking good. It was a horrible mistake on my part by not setting a stop loss. Obviously, we got up to 424 today. Again, in hindsight, I should have just sold around 420. We were hanging around there a lot of the morning and day. So, in hindsight, again, I should have just cut my losses. You all know that I had a horrible buy cost of around 447 on this, but that's not the point of this video. I just wanted to, again, address the fact that, like, you should never, I mean, just, it's never a good idea to hold a penny stock overnight. However, with this being said, this is what you obviously love to see when you're looking at a penny stock to potentially get in. You love seeing these huge panics at potential, what I like to call, this is more than a dip, but a lot of people would refer to it as a dip buy. I always like to refer to it as more of like a panic buy, because obviously we had this huge panic. It dropped like over 18% in after hours. I want to see how it continues here the last few minutes of after hours trading, pre-market as well, and I might consider averaging down big time. I think this obviously has a lot of room to potentially gap up tomorrow. Does it mean it's going to happen? No. Apparently there was some news with HMNY. I'm going to look into that tonight and again see how this shakes out the last few minutes and into early market hours as well tomorrow. And I might take another small position just to average down, and because not just average down, because by all means, I mean, I'm going to end up overall probably having a loss still, but if I can make a little bit of profit, if I can get in, say it somehow pushes up to 332, if it can push up to 332 pre-market, and then it can somehow recover to around $4, then again, that's 20%, so that's not bad for sure. So this is definitely what you want to look for when it comes to a penny stock to potentially get a quick flip, because by all means, if you hopped in right around 313 whenever this thing panicked and you saw it quickly come up, obviously if you got in at 310, rode up to 326, that's 5% in 10 minutes. Obviously that's after hours trading. I know a lot of newer people don't, including myself, don't have access to after hours, but yeah, point being, just never ever, it's just never a good idea to hold penny stocks overnight to begin with. If you guys tuned into the live stream, like I said, I meant to set a stop loss at $4 before I fell asleep and took a nap. I hit the sheet so hard that I just literally fell asleep right there. How's it going, Adam? Need help reading the offices of HMNY. Yeah, right. I mean, it's my fault. Like I said, I meant to set the stop loss at $4. I didn't think we were going to go below 4, but obviously in after hours, anything can happen. I mean, we're already up 19 cents currently. We're already up 19 cents since the low of 297. And when we look again at the 20-day, if I can pull it up really quickly, when we look at that 20-day, I mean, like I said, I mentioned this whenever I even hopped in. I said, guys, this has a lot of potential to potentially sell off. And sure enough, it did. We actually did below the 20-day SMA. But look, it's bouncing pretty well now. It's hovering above that 20-day SMA. So, and the EMA is still right around 350, which is pretty surprising. On the 20-day, at least, of course. But, again, it's going to be anxious. I'm anxious to see what happens here the last few minutes. I don't think a lot's going to happen here the last few minutes. But I'm really interested to see what's going to happen overnight with this. Obviously, it's not going to move overnight, but like pre-market, I'm going to be watching it very, very closely. Like I said, I heard there was news with this, but that's not really what this video is about. It's just about the fact, again, it's never, ever, just know if you ever hold a penny stock overnight, you are taking a very big risk on, I mean, just not only your account, but I mean, it's just not a good idea. I mean, like I said, it's just a matter of that potential risk versus reward. Now, by all means, if you see, I mean, if it's something like, say you would have held it overnight whenever it was obviously actively trending up, then yeah, I mean, like say this would have continued on to like $5 into the day and it showed signs that it was going to continue up, then yeah, obviously it's a difference. It's situation by situation, but generally speaking, it's never a good idea to hold a penny stock overnight, period. This thing had been actively trending down the last day or so. So yeah, again, I meant to set the stop loss. I didn't. Live and learn. I will never, again, it's all about learning at the end of the day. If you're not learning, you're going to be losing. I still think, in all honesty, that it could eventually end up around $5. I don't really see it going above $5, though, in all honesty. It isn't really like a great company by any means. You can see we got above the 180-day SMA. Boom, we're back below it. The good thing is that our 180-day SMA is still close to $4. Yeah, I mean, I'm just interested to see what's going to happen with this, really, early market hours tomorrow. I really hope that I can get it up to $4. Like I said, if I can average down a little, around like 330, 340, if I can see that it's going to try to push up in the morning to around $4, then yes, I'm going to average down just a little bit, and I'll probably try to exit around $4. Again, it just depends on how this thing moves early tomorrow. But, yeah, I'm really thinking I'm going to hop out of this tomorrow. But again, I mean, I'm no fortune teller. For all we know, it could gap up to like $4 or $5 tomorrow morning. I don't think that's going to happen, but we never know. We can just kind of put our best educational opinion together and see what happens. The only thing I do like is that, yes, the 20-day is holding up really well, so it's going to be interesting for sure. Crazy price, not really crazy, but price action is definitely still pretty volatile after hours, so yeah, I mean, I don't want to make this video too long. It was just designed more as like a quick little informative video. I don't know if we have anyone really. We got 3 of you tuning in. Welcome, welcome. And I found out we actually hit 300 subscribers right before I hopped on. So again, thank you guys so much for that support. I didn't know if we were ever going to get to 300 in all honesty, but it's awesome. I cannot believe just how fast we're growing. April, we've grown so much. We've grown more, to put in perspective, we've grown more in the first 2 to 3 weeks of April than I've grown all of 2018, like leading up to April. So, I mean, it's awesome. Again, I cannot thank you guys enough for the support. If it wasn't for you guys, I would have no reason to do this. Like I said, by all means, I'm like no professional. Obviously, I make mistakes over and over and over, but if we're not learning, we're losing at the end of the day. So hopefully you guys can learn from my mistakes, and hopefully we can continue to network. That's what this is all about at the end of the day. I know we're not too active in the chat right now, but if you're interested in just in this channel overall, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting the bell icon, because we do go live every single morning for live stock market trading. And I definitely suggest you, if you're new and haven't subscribed yet, by all means check out some of my content and see if you like what you see, and if you don't, then by all means don't subscribe. Obviously there's no pressure or anything. And no, I don't sell courses. I don't benefit like at all right now really from this channel, other than again networking and meeting a bunch of like-minded people. So that's what we're all about here at the end of the day. So yeah, but that's pretty much it for this video. Again, I cannot stress enough, I mean literally, it's just not worth the risk, guys. Do not hold these penny stocks overnight. It's a horrible idea. You'll probably see a video similar to this all over YouTube. Everyone says it. Just do not hold these overnight. It's just too risky. I don't even know what that market be. It's just too risky. It's not worth it. Just do your due diligence and just don't. Trust me. Learn from my mistakes. Do not hold these overnight. But again, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you did, definitely make sure to smash the like button. I greatly appreciate that. And like I said, if you're new and considering subscribing, again, check out the previous content, see if you like what you see. And if you do, consider hitting that subscribe button below and hitting the bell icon so you'll be notified when we go live in the morning. And just see what happens. And love to see you in the chat tomorrow morning. But until next time, guys, keep on going out there, making those profits, covering profits, cutting your losses, and achieving some financial freedom this year. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning. How's it going, Josh? But again, I didn't want to make this video too long, but I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Take it easy, guys.